Hi, my name is Neda. I am Executive Director and founder of the New York City Independent Film Festival, Independent in Spirit, International at Heart, and this is the New York City Independent Film Festival Meet the Filmmakers podcast. Join us while we meet this year's filmmakers. Thank you. Bye bye. Hi, in this episode, we're with Neda. Welcome,
Neda,
Neda.
yes.
Thank you for joining us and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you. My name is Neda Khanifar. I'm 32 right now. I'm from Iran and the director of In Between, a short film that was accepted by New York City Independent Film Festival. I was born in a small city, South Iran, and living as a girl in Iran is a challenging thing to do, but living in a small city as a girl is even more challenging. So I guess I was 6 or 7 when I decided to be a filmmaker. We had a small cinema theater in our city. It was about a woman who was forced to marry her cousin, and some of the fanatics people of our small town decided to burn that cinema during filming that film, screening that film. And it was a moment. It was a picture that I saw as a small girl, and in that moment I realized that I have to be a filmmaker, and no matter what, that's my destiny, probably. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did become a filmmaker.
Thank you.
Okay. So I was going to say, how long have you been doing this? But you kind of answered, but how long have you been making films?
Um, it's about 10 years, I guess. I was 23 when I came to Art University of Tehran. Um, yes, I was 23 and now I'm 32. So yeah, it's 9 or 10 years. I made 4 films, which so yeah, that's all. 10 years.
Okay, all right. When you told your family, I'm going to be a filmmaker, were they there like, yes, go for it? Or how did that work out?
Of course not. Um, my father was a big obstacle. He wasn't agree with that. He thought that being a filmmaker is not a good career for a woman, for a girl. But year after year, I managed to change his idea, and now I have his support, the support of my whole family. And actually, he is probably right now. I told him that I been accepted in New York Film Festival, and he was so glad. And I never thought of that. It was really I don't know how can I say it. It was a huge moment for me because I remember that he wasn't agree with that, but right now he's okay and is actually more supportive than any member of my family.
That's great. So do you have a
Yeah.
support group, a village of filmmakers, a group of filmmakers that you work with?
Yes, I have my friends, my friends in college. Actually, I graduated for I don't probably 6 years, but I still have my friends. Every time I decide to make a movie, they will come and help me. Um, and yeah, that's all. I don't have, uh, production, um, filmmaking group or anything. It's just me and my friends.
Okay. And so what made you decide to make this movie?
Well, uh, it was at first I had an image in my head. It was a woman breastfeeding a dead baby, and it was a terrifying image. Every time haunted hunting me in my dreams and everything, and it was bothering me so much. So I decided to make a film about it. I thought about the characters and the plot, and after I guess 2 years, I had the whole plot in my head, and so I write it down, and yeah, after that, I thought that it's it's gonna be a good movie. I should get rid of this image, and that's how In Between was made.
Okay. What was the
Okay.
hardest part of making a movie, and what was the most fun part of making the movie?
Okay. Um, Actually, the hardest part was time and budget, of course. It was like a Cinderella story. I had to shoot film this film in 3 nights, so I hadn't any extra time to do whatever I wanted to do. Um, that was the hard part, but and of course there was so many tense scene in this film. It was very emotional scenes in this film, and I thought, okay, everyone is crying, and I should change the mood of my team. So I'm a not in English, of course. In Persian, I'm a very, very comic person. I can make so many jokes. So I decided to make jokes about these scenes, behind scenes, and that was the fun part of making this film. We laughed so much, and it was really fun. I think, yeah, the hard part was time and budget, but we laughed so much. I made 2 or 3 new friends, and it was good. It was a really good experience for me.
Great. I'm happy for you. All right,
Thank you.
so the next question is about filmmaking in general. Are you the kind of filmmaker that you make your movie and then you send it out into the world and like you're done? Right? Like, okay, that's it, I'm done. Or do you sit there and always say, I'm going to redo that someday and make it better? What type of filmmaker are you?
Yeah, I guess I'm the second one, because it's like some kind of itch for me. I cannot stop itching myself. Being a filmmaker is like being in a very long, I don't know how I can say it. I think every time I make a film, and I send it to festivals and show it to people, it's like I'm searching for some new ideas. It's like a person with ADHD. I cannot rest until I finish this film, and there's right now a lot of stories and ideas in my head, and I have to work on it. Uh, and it's not satisfying for me. This stage is not satisfying for me, and I have to work on it. And it's not even about being a better filmmaker. It's about the filmmaking itself. Um, it's yeah, I think it's like a itch, like I said. It's like a itch, and I can never rest from it, and that's all.
In the indie film world, you're never going to become wealthy. You're never going to buy mansions. You're never going to have private jets.
Yeah,
What is success? What does success look and sound like to you?
making a film is a success for me, no matter how I gonna show it, or how I gonna whether I be successful in it or not. I know there is no success in being an independent filmmaker, but actually I don't care. When you work on something, maybe some people has expectation from for from that work they do, but I no, I just want to show my ideas, my films, and that's all. When I see a smile or a single tear on their face, I think I got my response, and that's the best feeling I ever had, and that's why I decided to keep going and making films. I know there is no place for independent filmmakers in the whole world, but I think there is a slight change in festivals like your festival, and they are paying more attention to these films, and it's a fantastic thing. And I think we, as an independent filmmaker, we deserve it. Actually, we have some story to tell. We just don't have the ears. And you guys making a great thing, giving opportunities to independent filmmakers to show themselves and their stories, and that's just great.
All right, great. Now let's say somebody comes along and says, Aunt Neda, I'm going to be a filmmaker. What would you say to them?
Prepare for ignoration. If you're not ready, don't do it. That's my advice, actually. But if you truly believe in what you're doing, the success will come too. I believe in that. Maybe it's cliche, maybe it's not working for everybody, but it has had worked on for me. I was a small girl in a small city, and look at me, I'm talking to you in New York. There is I guess 10 years time difference between us, but here we are. Yeah, prepared for ignoration, but don't lose hope.
The film is called In Between. It's going to be shown Saturday, June 8th in New York City at the New York City Independent Film Festival. So
Yes.
join us there. And thank you, Nadine. I'm sorry, Neda, for being
Neda.
with us.